Hey now, hey now, hey now. What's up, everybody? Hey now. What's up, guys? This is another over the line update as I am not back to 100% just yet. Hopefully, that'll be fixed tomorrow. We just kind of threw this together. As you see, the lighting is absolutely awful here, but I don't think I can put on a 100% good show for you guys in the state I'm in. So I'm taking one more day. All right. I was just going to shoot a video on my cell phone, but I was like, I might as well just sit down and do a half-aid podcast or whatever. Trish with me, obviously.
Yes. Hello.
So glad you're here. As we went to set this up, this show, or this update, we have been informed that we have a strike against us on the over the line burner account
Already.
due to Monday's show. They have removed Monday's show and have placed what they call a warning. They don't give you a strike on the first time, but they give you a warning. So if it happens again, there'll be a strike and a 1 week ban on the burner account. So this is apparently a result of them, thinking I'm insinuating that there was voter fraud, or what they dubbed widespread fraud, throughout the 2020 election. And really, I was just reporting what was going on. At least I think I was. Maybe not. I don't know. I think what's going to have to happen though is eventually we're going to have to move all you guys to a different platform, and that's going to be our only option. And it sucks because YouTube is easy to use. Most of you guys, YouTube's just kind of a household name, but they're making it very apparent that they're not going to allow. And I think really what the root of the problem is we have people, trolls, coming after the show trying to get it shut down.
Right.
We've got people on social media that have threatened violence against me and say really nasty things and blah, 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 which, I can handle myself. I don't care what they say. But if they're willing to say stuff like that on the internet, then they're willing to go and report every video we post. So that's going to force us to be on a different platform. So I want to go ahead off the top and stress the importance of a Rumble and Grow Call for you guys. We want to make sure we're on a platform where you guys can comment on the videos. We know you like doing that. And hey, if we can get to a point where we are we're able to give you an exact time of when we can start the show, we can start doing the show live every night for all I care.
Yeah.
Because the show's done in one take anyway. So just wanted to make you guys aware of that. The show tomorrow will be posted on the Overline Burner account still. And I think that'll be I think tomorrow is the 1 week mark, the 1 week of 2 weeks before we can return to the other account. And we're just gonna have to start using some different verbiage. We'll probably lay that out for you by Friday night for the Friday Night Live. I'll put a what do you call that? A key together.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know?
like a map. Key.
Yeah, to show you guys what word means what.
Right.
And we'll go that route. And that's all I know how to do right now. But we're going to move in the right direction. We're finally, as I've told you guys time and time again, we're finally getting over the hump that has been stopping us for so long. And problems with YouTube is not going to stop us. Like, we're not going to give up now just because YouTube and some trolls are trying to yank us off the platform. So there's always going to be ways for you to consume the show. We just want to make sure you guys know to go ahead and sign up for those other things like Rumble, which Rumble is just as easy to use as YouTube. And the Grow Call app, which you can also get on your phone. I encourage you guys to do that. And then the audio podcast will always be there. So that's what we got going on. As far as everything else, a few big things going on. One is the Britney Spears stuff from today.
Yes.
We want to possibly, we haven't decided, but we may even do the show live tomorrow.
I think we should. I wish you felt better tonight so we could do it tonight, but...
Well, if we do it live tomorrow, we're going to have to do it on Facebook
Okay.
for people to find us. I don't think enough people are going to find us on the burner account here. Mm-hmm. But if I'm good enough to go, we can do tomorrow night's show live, and it can be about Britney Spears. That's fine with me. We'll hashtag it and stuff, maybe bring some people in.
I think it'd be fantastic.
So
a lot went down today. I'm excited.
Yeah, we'll get into some of that. Mm-hmm. There's 3 different things now that I need to talk about. Like, as each day passes and I don't do a show,
it just builds.
It builds because, like, so for instance, today Joe Biden holds a speech about gun violence. Now, keep in mind, the gun violence is a direct result of Democrat policies, right? Defund the police, all this other stuff. And Joe Biden had the audacity to come out with Merrick Garland, the AG, today and talk about all these things that are going to fix all this gun violence. By the way...
Can we just talk about that freeze frame you've got there on the
interpreter? That's what I was going to bring up. Look at this. What is she doing?
I have no idea.
What are you doing, bro? That's inappropriate while the president's speaking.
President?
Don't,
Mr. Biden?
Don't do it. You're going to get us our first strike. We're going to have a 1-week ban on here. Here,
allegedly. How about that?
I don't even know if we need to say that. Here's a little bit of Joe Biden's speech from just hours ago. Well,
maybe.
It was there. Let's try that one more time.
To combat the epidemic of gun violence and other violent crime that we've been seeing in our country for far too long, that has spiked since the start of the pandemic over a year ago. Crime historically rises during the summer, and as we emerge from this pandemic with the country opening...
Can we point out the fact that he's blaming summer? Oh, it's just the summer spike. Murders are up 800% in Portland, Oregon.
Wow.
50-something people were shot in Chicago over the weekend.
Wow.
Like, the numbers are going through the roof, and he's like, it's just the summer.
That's kind of normal for Chicago, though, isn't it?
Well, it's a little high for Chicago, but it's still somewhat normal.
Back up again. The traditional summer spike may even be more pronounced than it usually would be.
Because of COVID.
For folks at home, here's what you need to know. I've been at this a long time.
We know.
And there are things we know that work that reduce gun violence and violent crime, and things that we don't know about. But things we know about. Background checks for purchasing a firearm are important. Ban on assault weapons and high-capacity magazines. No one needs to have a weapon that can fire over 30, 40, 50, even up to 100 rounds. Unless you think the deer are wearing Kevlar vests or something. Community policing and programs that keep neighborhoods safe and keep folks out of trouble. These efforts work. They save lives.
Okay, so you notice what he didn't mention in there? He didn't mention stop demonizing the police. He did not mention proactive policing, stop and frisk. He didn't mention gangs, who are a big part of this, or the drug trade, or any of the root causes of it. He mentions, hey, let's figure out what we can ban as far as guns are concerned.
Or instead of just sticking a Band-Aid on it, why don't we do things like bring economic development into these areas where people have jobs,
right? And
they don't have to sell drugs, and they don't have to rob people.
Yeah.
Because they can make their own money, you know?
Well, that's the state of the economy for all, not just most, but all of these cities that are dealing with crime epidemics. Like, this is a crisis with as many people that are being killed in these cities as there are right now. Anyway, that was fascinating to me. There's much more of that speech. Y'all can go watch it yourself if you want. But that was one thing. Another thing I was going to talk about is the flip flop on the voter ID stuff.
Right.
That is Stacey Abrams Raphael Warnock, the two Georgia people that ran off the MLB All-Star game. And then another one, which Tucker brought up last night, that I was absolutely fascinated with, was the scientists that were talking about altering human genetics,
Right.
and creating a way for to cut down on climate change by making people sick when they eat red meat, lessening their desire to eat hamburgers, and also changing the genes of people to make people smaller, because the smaller someone is,
The smaller their footprint is.
the smaller their carbon footprint. They're
Right.
wanting to shrink the babies. Okay. And so all those three things I really need to tackle, but I don't. We're gonna do Britney Spears tomorrow night. I may tackle some of that other stuff on the Friday Night Live, or just whenever I can do a show. And I sincerely apologize to you guys for being in such bad shape when it comes to my voice and being sickly and all that kind of stuff.
I'm sure everyone understands.
See, we just threw all this right here. We put it together so quickly. Not only is the lighting bad, but some of the lights are actually in the shot. Like, look at that.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even notice that
Trish
myself.
just put it over in the shot. It's all
I
right,
didn't
though.
put that there. You did.
Did you not? Well, it probably was me.
That was there when I came in here.
Doesn't matter. What's the lighting? Oh, that's a little better. No, it's not. It's awful.
Oh, blinded.
I had a Uber rider yesterday. He's a podcaster too. He does podcasts for something. Mm-hmm. He's telling me how he's got like 15,000 views on his video from the day before, blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, we're trying to work on some of my stuff. And I showed him the video from Monday, what the setup looked like. He goes, oh man, you got a lot of work to do.
Oh,
I
no.
was like, come on, man. I was looking for a compliment. Don't bash me over the head.
Oh, what did he say you needed to do different?
And he's talking about the lighting and how I need to quit wearing a visor and all this
I've been
kind of stuff.
telling you that part.
And I can't do that.
Why?
That's like telling, Donald Trump he can't wear a suit anymore. It's just a thing. It's my thing.
Well, I agree with him, though.
I mean, I could start wearing a backwards hat if I could find a good hat that'll look good backwards, but that's about as far as I can go with it.
Yeah. What about when you get your hair grown out?
Well, yeah, then maybe I would. Mm-hmm. And how my hairline's a little crooked on the front, but we can just color it in with a marker. What do you think?
I think you're serious.
I am. I'm very serious.
I know you are.
All right, you got anything to add before we get out of here?
No.
This was just a short update for you guys to make sure y'all knew we were still alive and we're still coming with new content. Mm-hmm. The stuff about us getting a strike or getting content removed on the burner account was something we found out literally minutes before we came on here. But that's the state of the whole thing.
Well, and I think with the content you have, it's going to get picked apart.
Yeah.
That's just part of it.
If y'all have questions about where to find us on the other platforms, it is vitally important that you all go and subscribe, whether it's the audio or the video or whatever, to our content. And maybe, we even get to a point where we got to continually make new channels, and we'll just, for you Patreon people that are actually paying money, make it easier on y'all and just put the episodes on Patreon as well. But we do want you in places like Rumble and BitChute and GrowCall, and we'll find some other places too. If we get to a point where we can start going live with the show every night, we'll be on
That'd be awesome.
YouTube as much as it'll let us. We'll be on Facebook. We'll be on possibly Periscope, or we'll be on Twitch and all these other
Periscope
platforms.
is still a thing?
I think Instagram bought it, which I guess means Facebook bought it.
I didn't know that Periscope was still a thing.
I think Instagram uses Periscope as their version of live video.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But anyway, that's it. Appreciate you guys hanging with us and being
Yes.
so considerate of me while I try to recover. It means a lot, and we love you a long time. So until next time.
Have a good night, guys.